Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Quinton here, and in this video I am going to show you guys how to start building a website with WordPress. So we've taken a look at the interface and we can kind of navigate our way around WordPress, but now we're going to change some content, maybe add in a menu and add some static pages. So let's take a look at how to do all of that. And the first thing you need to do is obviously log into WordPress. And from here, I'm going to add a new post. So let's go over to posts. And right now you can see we've got this hello world post, which is what is showing up on our homepage. And this is default WordPress behavior. Whenever you set up a new WordPress site, all of your posts are going to show on the homepage. And the way this works is it'll always show the newest post first. So if I add a post to WordPress now, it's going to show up above the hello world post. So let's add a new post, and I'm just going to call it another blog post. And I'm actually just going to copy paste a bunch of content in here to save time. But yeah, this is just some lorem ipsum. And if I wanted to, I mean, I could carry on adding content. I could switch to the text editor and actually edit in HTML instead of just pasting text. You know, I could put in some actual HTML tags where I want to have my paragraphs, give me a little bit more control over certain things. Come on, how do I keep missing the key? Great, so that is pretty much editing done, but there are a few other options on this page that I haven't mentioned, which are the format. So I'm going to leave this at standard format, but if you're pasting a video link in here, then you might want to choose the video format. It's just going to display a little bit differently. All of these displays will be slightly optimized towards the type of content you're adding. But this feature is only available in certain themes. So it's not going to be available in every single theme that you put onto WordPress or install onto your WordPress installation. So if these options are not here, it means your theme has no support for these formats. Great. So there is also a screen options button at the top of the screen. If you click on that, it's going to drop down a bunch of different options that you can add to your page. So right now I've got format and categories and all these things ticked. But if I go over to discussion and I tick that, you'll see it adds a little block over here with some options for adding comments and trackbacks. So if these boxes are ticked, it means that WordPress will allow people to comment on my blog post. And that is default WordPress behavior. If you ever want to turn it off, you can just untick these boxes and that will turn off the ability to add comments onto this blog post, but only this blog post. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit publish. And now let's go back over to the front end of my site. And if I hit refresh, you can see I now have my new blog post appearing at the top. And the same content that I put in here, we've got today's date, and we've got the option to leave a comment. Also, if I click on the blog post, I can go through to the actual blog page, and here is the comment form. But like I said, if I come back here and I untick these options to allow comments and trackbacks, and I hit update, and I come back and hit refresh, you can see that that comment box falls away, and now I can just go back to the previous blog post. But this one, I haven't disabled comments on this one, so this still allows people to comment and will show any comments that are or have been made on the site. Okay, so let's go back over to the home page, and there's something else I wanted to add to this blog post, which is just a featured image. So I'm going to go to the featured image box at the bottom corner of the screen over here. And this opens up WordPress's media library, and from here I can upload an image. So I got a bunch of different images of me, and I think let me just pick that one and hit open, and that's going to upload the image to WordPress. This is actually kind of a big file, so it took some time to upload, but if I hit set featured image, that's now set here as a featured image, and when I hit update, it will also display on the homepage or on the blog post. So if I ever go through to the blog, you can see that the featured image shows up above the text and also above the blog details. Great. So that is how to add a blog, and that's how blogs kind of behave, or blog posts behave. Now let's go back over to the homepage. So I just did that by clicking on the site title. So there are a few other things we can do over here, because having blogs or blog posts appear on the homepage is nice if you're a blogger or if you're a news website or something like that. But if you are developing a website for a company, they might not want their blog post on the homepage. They'll probably still want a blog somewhere, but not on the homepage. So you might want to add a static page as your homepage. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And you just need to hit customize, which is this little option at the admin bar. And then under static front page, you can choose whether you'd like to have your latest posts show up on the homepage, or if you'd like to have a static page on the homepage. And then you can see we've got these two different options that have been added. So one of them is a page that you want to use as a blog. And right now I don't actually have any pages set up for this, so I'm going to leave that one blank. But the other one is what page you want to use as a front page. So I'm going to choose WordPress's sample page that was set up by default. And now you can see that my homepage has actually changed. It's no longer showing my posts. It's showing a static page that I can edit, and I can always control what information is going to be seen first by the viewers. So let me hit save and publish, and I'm going to just leave the customizer. So yeah, we've got a static page set up, and there are a few things that we might want to change about this page, but there are also pages that we might want to add to our site, because if this site is for a business, they're going to need a contact us page, they're going to need an about us page, and we still need to add a blog somewhere around here. So to do that, I'm going to add a few pages, and then we're going to take a look at how to add a menu. So let's go over to pages, and this again is quite straightforward and works very much like a blog post. But if I hit add new, I can then add a contact us page, because that's something we might need. And in here, you might want to give the user your telephone number. You might also want to give them your address and maybe an email. I'm not going to put all that information in here, but this is just the kind of stuff you might want to put on a contact us page, especially maybe a map to find you as well. And I'm going to hit publish, and I'm going to go back over to pages, and I'm going to create one more page, which is the about us page. And you can see that some of the options like blogs are still available here. So if I hit screen options, I can check this discussion box, and I can see if comments are enabled for a page. By default, they're not, because it would just be weird for people to contact on your about us page, right? So by default, we don't really have discussion options set on pages, but we do on posts. We can also set featured images and those kinds of things, but it's a page, and I don't really want to set a featured image for this, but I am going to add in all of that lorem ipsum again. And for an about us page, I mean, you're probably going to put content about your company or about yourself if you're a blogger. And I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. If I want to see what this page looks like right now, I can always hit preview changes and take a look at the page. But I don't really want to just preview the page. I want viewers to be able to see it. So what I need to do is add a menu to the top of my page. So somewhere over here, I know that this WordPress theme has the option to add menus to the page. So I'm going to add a menu by just going over to the back end, and then I'm going to go to appearance, and I'm going to go to menus. And from here, I can now create a menu. And right now, I don't actually have any menu set up. So you can see I've got the option to create a menu over here. If this box is not showing up, you might have to just click create menu. But the only reason why you'd have to click this is if you already had a menu set up on your site. So I'm just going to create a menu here. I'm going to call it main menu and hit create. And now adding menu items is as simple as ticking on all the boxes that I want to add from my pages, and I'm going to hit add menu. I can also add blog posts to a menu, or I can add categories or custom links. So in other words, if I wanted to add a Facebook link or something, I could just put the URL in, and then I could add the text Facebook to this, and that would appear in the menu as well. Great thing about menus is I can always drag and drop everything where I need it to be. So usually contact us is like the last link on a page. Facebook we might actually have as a child link. So the nice thing is all items, menu items like this will show up as parent level menu items. So if I hit save and I come back here and I hit refresh, I should have a menu show up. Okay, the reason why that didn't happen is because I didn't tick the menu location. So depending on what theme you're using in WordPress, you'll have different menu locations. And this theme has a primary menu location and also a social links menu. But I'm gonna make this menu appear as a primary menu and hit save. Now when I come back over to the front end and hit refresh, my menu shows up in the primary menu location. So we've got our sample page, which is also a home page, so we might want to change this text. We've got our About Us page. When I click on that, I've got the information that I put on the About Us page. Contact us. You know, this is the same information I filled in on the Contact Us page, so I know this is working correctly. And I've got a link that would take me to Facebook. So yeah, no need to see my private Facebook, but yeah, if you ever wanted to add a link like that, you could do that. I'm also going to just drag and drop that one level below because then we can have a child menu item, or as you can see, it says it's called a sub menu item. So I'm going to hit save. And when I come back here and hit refresh, now Facebook appears as a child menu item. And the styling of how these menus works will depend on your theme, obviously. But yeah, we've got support for a sub menu, and it's quite nice to have that Facebook link appear under Contact Us if you want to be able to link to your social network. Most people don't do it that way because we add social icons to link to menu items or to link to pages, but I will explain all of that in a future tutorial. So now that we've taken a look at creating menus and stuff, I just want to add a few finishing touches because I don't want this Facebook link there, but what I might want is a blog posts page or a blog page. So let's go back over to pages. Ooh, I didn't save the menu. Okay, so let's go over to pages and I'm going to hit add new, and I'm just going to add a blank page, but I'm going to give it a title of blogs or blog posts or something. And I'm going to leave this blank, but then I'm going to go back over. Ooh, did it not publish? And then I'm going to go over to the menu again, and I'm going to add the blog post to the menu. I might also want to change sample page to something more convenient like home. And then I'm going to hit save. And then I need to go back over to the front end, and I want to go over to the customizer again because something we didn't set up was this posts page. So if we want to be able to run a blog that isn't on our homepage, we can select a page for our blog post to appear, and they're going to appear on the page that I created, which is blog posts. So let's hit save, and I'm going to close this now. And so now I've got my menu all set up. We've got a home page, which if you want to change this title, you have to actually do it on the page itself over here. So you'd have to change this title, right? Then we've also got our About Us page, our Contact Us page, and if they click on blogs or blog posts, they can see our company blog or our personal blog. So that is a quick way to set up a WordPress site, or just to customize it in a way that you would actually use a website. And I hope that was helpful. If you liked that video, there are a bunch of things that you can do to help. First of all, don't forget to subscribe, watch another one of my videos, follow me on social media, And if you want to support the channel financially, you can also become a patron. Becoming a patron means that you're going to choose to help me pay for some of the equipment and the software that I use to make these videos, and also hopefully help me finish my degree. So go ahead and click on something, and I'll see you guys next time.